Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is day 16 of hashtag Creep on June 24 created by the wonderful Tracy Fox. Please do check out the link down below for her channel, and she has a playlist of all the collaborators and a few other little videos, and don't forget to use the hashtag to see what everyone's doing. Anyway, let's get started on today. It's going to be a little bit more fiddly, this one. I don't know. Anyway, it's day 16 and this is the ephemera piece for today. It's a file folder, as you can see. I've already cut it out and backed it. And I was inspired by a tag I was sent for a tag swap. So I'll link that video below. It's for the Oak House Journal tag swap. And it has this on it. And I thought this would be quite a good idea. That's by Jackie, by the way. To kind of do something similar on here. So, yeah, the first thing I want to do, sorry if that knocked you, is I am going to score this so it can be folded. Now, I am going to fold it where the line is on here. Like so, because I do want some of the top showing. And my inspiration, other than obviously that tag, that beautiful tag by Jackie, is the idea of the Victorians and their obsession with collecting specimens. And this one in particular is going to be entomology. It's going to be bugs. So I want that way. Yeah, their weird obsession with it. I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, they also had a weird obsession with taxidermy, and that creeps me out. Like, it really does creep me out. It gives me nightmares kind of creep. I don't like it. And as someone who loves history, I go to a lot of old houses that have a lot of taxidermy, and you normally see me close my eyes and go, no, I'm just walking, so and tell when they finish. Anyway, so this is folded like this. Now, I cut out a piece of one of the digital papers that comes with this kit that I thought kind of, it was contrasting enough to be interesting, but didn't clash too much. And this is going to be our wraparound. And I also got some of my, I'm going more for the blue dyed paper in this. Now, I'm going to add a little pocket in that. That's why I'm using this. You could just use plain white paper, but you are going to see part of the inside bits, which is why I thought it would be nice to either use tea dyed or whatever kind of dyed paper you're going to be using. I wanted to use some of this yummy blue. I do get questions quite often on where, especially on the grungier pieces with a bit of red, kind of what I use to dye these papers with. And I use Brusho crystals, guys. I use the black Brusho crystals that creates this grey blue. And then I often put a little bit of red. Once that's almost dry, I often put a little bit of red Brusho crystals on it too, to just give it that which way up do I want this? I want it this way. The red splodges sometimes, but yeah, I use Brusho crystals. I love Brusho crystals. I don't use them enough, but I really like using them when I'm dyeing my papers. So yeah, so we're not going to need all of this. Let's press this down. And I'm going to make a window. I know I've done that in a lot of my projects, guys, but I really am enjoying playing with windows and acetate and things like that. I just like it. I use it a lot in my actual journals anyway. So, you know, let's use it on these pieces of ephemera. Let's bend that over like so with the ruler. Okay, and then let's really burnish that down. I want this nice and flat. And then I'm just going to chop this top bit off. And then we will be trimming the side because I don't need all of that. So let's just trim this. Right, like so. Okay, so this is theoretically going to, I figured out it was about 2.5 inches. I know, look at me measuring. Which is about, if I do it this side, this might work better. If we do just over, let's do 2 and just over 2.5 inches. So 2.5 smidge. Very, very technical. And again, I'm going to use the scoreboard with this just because it's quite thick. And so I just want to, is that going to be on there? See, this is in centimetres and I really needed it to be in inches. I just brought the wrong scoreboard. But we use what we have. Yeah. And this is so thick because theoretically it's 3 layers that we're going through. So put the scoreboard to one side and I really need to burnish this. Make sure it's all straight. Like so. And I can't close this up right now because you're going to see why in a minute. So that's going to go on there. It's quite chunky, but that's okay. So that's going to go there, which means we need to do a bend about here. And then we can go. Honestly, someone's got a doorbell going off constantly and it's very annoying. I don't think you guys can hear it on camera, but I don't even know why it goes off constantly. I don't know if there's a problem with the doorbell because it's certainly not someone constantly knocking at the door, but it's very annoying, guys, like super annoying. And it's all I can hear in the background right now. Ding dong, ding dong. And it's really irritating me. You know, when you just want to go over and go, look, either fix the doorbell or answer the door. Either or. Anyway, it's just gone off again. Right, so really, really hoping. It's just so many layers, guys. So this is so thick. Really having to press this and burnish it. Same here. Got so much of the blue showing there. That's irritating me too. Thankfully, that's what we've got inks for, hey? Right. And some of that will be... Why is that like that? Why is it not... Anyway, we press that and then we're going to trim it. So this is going to fit in here. Okay. This is going to fit in and I do not want them to that size. So now I can measure where those 2 and smidge inches are. Let's do it down here. And then I can trim that bit. Did I say 2 1/4? It's 2.5 and a smidge. Good, good, good. 2.5 and a smidge. Okay, and let's trim that. Hold on. All that banging is me putting down my my scoreboard, which was on top of my paper trimmer. Okay, so I didn't make a one of these. I just, when that's bent, that needs to be trimmed. I just had the idea in my head. So I haven't made one of these. There's no, I'm worried if I cut that, it's going to move. Right, I'll leave that a minute. And I need this open because one, this is going to be a pocket on the front. This is going to be a pocket on the back, which means that all needs inking. And one of the front bits is not going to be a pocket. It's going to have acetate in it. So I need it left open. I think the paper I've used for this is a tad too thick. I've used one of my thicker weight ones. I think it would be better with really thin paper. But we work with what we have. And that's what matters. The ink's there. And there. Okay. So this is going to have a window in it. That's bothering me. But will it stay like that once open? No, see, it moves back. Oh well, you're going to be stitched at some point, so you got to just move. Let's just double check again that this does fold over and fold over. I don't know why that keeps moving. Once this gets stitched, none of this is going to be moving and irritating me, which is good. So, okay, and let's really ink this bottom like so. So we're going to make an acetate window with a stamp. So here we have the acetate that I want to use, and I've just used, again, it's off an old photo album, and I've used some alcohol inks, as you can see, and then I have one of the moths from the Tim Holtz Field Notes stamp set, and I'm going to stamp this on here really well with my stays on. I'm going to stamp that in the middle like that. Just hold that without smudging it. And you can see that there. So that just needs to dry a little bit. I don't normally stamp it on top of the alcohol ink, so we'll see how well that works. Okay. And I need a window in here that's going to be big enough for this butterfly, well, moth, to show through. So I'm going to do it this way because I need both. Is that dry yet? No, that still needs to dry. So I'm just going to do this because this is going to be gone anyway. So that gives me roughly where I need to cut, and I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want an absolutely perfect. I mean, I suppose I could have it more perfect. I was thinking I could die cut this. Hold on and let me see if I get a die cut. Okay guys, so I went for this because I realised I don't have a pure square one. I have a square die with a scalloped edge, but I want to stitch around this to keep it in place. So I went for this one, which has, it's rectangular with 3 kind of scallops and a straight edge, and it doesn't matter. And then I just put it over the image and cut it out there, which, keeping both of those. And this then will go through here like so. Yeah, it's basically dry now. So that'll go through like so, which means realistically, where did that die go to? Did I just put it back into the thing? Yes, I did. Sorry guys, hold on. Which means realistically, I need to mark using a pen, if I can find one. Because obviously this is the aperture, so I'm going to just mark just outside this. Oh, because that's roughly where I'm going to have to cut the acetate to. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to make sure that it is larger than the bit that I'm using. It's larger than the window, so that you're not going to see it through the window. You know, that it's going to fit in and it's going to be fine. So that's what I need to do. Like so. Now this should now fit in here with a bit of space, which it does. Probably could have cut it even more, to be honest, with more of a border. Like so. Now, I now want to, well, firstly, I'm going to glue a tiny bit, or actually, I could just stick that on there. And the first thing I need to do is make sure I have inked with Distress ink around these, because you're going to see it both sides. So I really need to ink this up. And this one. Like so. Then I'm going to need to stick this in here. A smidge of glue, literally smallest amount of glue. I just need to hold it in place, because then I'm going to go stitch around it. I need to remember which side is which. I think this is the side to go on the front. Okay. Like so. Now, I am now going to go and stitch around this. Or no, I can do all the stitching at once, actually. So that's going to go on there, which will go on here. And you're going to say, but I can't see it, Belle. So what was the point of that? Like, I can't see it. But you will see it because there'll be something underneath it. I think I'm going to do something. I think I've made the bends just the smallest bit too tight for this file folder. Which is great, because if I just trim an edge off, it's not going to matter. I just don't want the file folder bending up a little bit, which it was doing. Yeah, so I'm going to have a collage under this, which will help you see the creepy little image. So I have to put this on because I need to think about where the collage is going to go. Sorry if you can hear that. For some reason, the children next door are screaming. So I've got this image from the digital kit, and I want this. This is going to be the guy who's doing the collecting of the bugs. So I want this to definitely go over him. It's kind of Silence of the Lambsy, isn't it, really? That's what it is. Yeah, kind of Silence of the Lambs. And I've got a load of little bits and bobs that I want to do a bit of a collage with. So let's do this, and let's just make a start on this bit. And I really need this to stay in place. So hold on. Okay, sorry, I got a clip so that I can keep seeing where things need to be. Because I need him to be where this moth is, but I need this. I want this underneath him, probably where this clip is. Let's move the clip down just a smidge. Or move the clip up here for the moment, or over here. Let's move it over here for the moment so that I can actually work on this bit. That would make more sense, wouldn't it, guys? I'm going to put this on first. So this is going to have quite a few pockets, as well as a pad inside, a writing pad. I need him to stay where he is. I really need that moth on his face, like the bit. I want the antennae to almost be coming out of his head. I know, sounds a bit gross, but that's what I want. So I'm going to kind of just put a bit of glue here to hold him down just there, because then this bit's all up and I can work on it. So I've got a lot of Tim Holtz pieces here. And I want to stick these down. And I've got this bit that actually says collection of specimens, because, you know, that's what it is. I want to just rough up that edge a little bit. I'm not really going to be making any special ephemera for this. I can't believe I moved that. It's meant to be glued in place. Now he's moved. Right, there it is. I literally just want to show you this process like that. So that's going to go there, and then this is going to go underneath. I don't actually need the whole thing, so let's cut part of this off. Let's cut this bit. And I wanted the red around the border of this because there's some red on these flowers. And the acetate's got an orangey red glow to it as well. So that's going to go there. Still trying to make sure that's in place. Let's glue this down. Here. I want that number to show. And then, as if we haven't got enough butterflies and things, I actually have one of the Tim Holtz acetate butterflies, and I want to put it underneath him. I want it popping out again. I could just use half of this, couldn't I? I don't have to use the whole thing. Let's widen it up a little bit at an angle. Let's do it at an angle. You can still read through it, which is great. Then I'd used one of the Tim Holtz dies, the one with all the specimen slides and that on it. So I've got this word that says collect, and I need a scrap of tea-dyed paper. Oh, this is lovely and grungy, this one. Let's use this. And I'm going to glue this onto here so that it's got the background so that we can actually see the word, because at the moment it will just get hidden amongst all of that. So let's do that. Again, thankfully this glue dries clear. Oh my gosh, where did the sun go, guys? Honestly. Full sunshine. And now it's gone behind a cloud somewhere. So that's going to go on here, and I want it here. This can mostly get glued down now, which is brilliant, so that he's less likely to move around. Okay, and then I have one of the frames that also comes with that die kit, and I wanted to stick the collect on here, and then this needs to go through here. Okay, let's do that. Let's glue this down first, because, you know, he's the collector. That's stuck down really well. And then this needs to get stuck down, and I am going to put some brads through it. Now, if I thought about it, I could have maybe not backed the back of the card until I had put the brads through, but I can just cover them up the other side. It doesn't matter. So this, I'm trying to put this on so that it covers all the edges of that. So we have this now, but when we close it up, can you see the antennae is coming out of his head? I know it's a bit creepy, but it's Creep on June, guys. Wondering if I want another number there. I might do. Also got this one that could go up there, maybe on the side, if it's really dark, because right now it's really white or cream. Let's just add a bit of brown to it to grunge it up. These are just scraps that I had, so I'm thinking let's just use up some scraps. Brilliant. And that can go there. I am missing some of my Tim Holtz ephemera, and I've used it, and I think because I bought some new storage solutions for some of my like little bits, I think I've moved it somewhere and now I can't find it, which is a tad frustrating. Okay, so that's that. And now I need to put the brads in here whilst I remember. So this, just need to punch a hole through here and punch a hole through here. And I have these little Tim Holtz tab, tiny ones that look like screws, which is what I want to use. So we're going to do that. And then these are always a bit difficult to find where the opening is because they're so tiny, and normally I'd have to look quite closely. Okay. Let's move this around so that it's there. Do the same with this. Do the same with this. And then before we move on anywhere else, we're also going to make the pad that's going to go on the inside because I want to stitch everything together. So the pad's going to go here. So I have some scraps of similar paper to this, and I'm just going to use this for the pad. Now this is almost the perfect size. So if I trim that down, then we can make the rest of the pad similar. And it's just going to give you more writing space, which, if you haven't guessed by now after watching my videos, I like writing space. So that's going to go there. And we're going to rip this. I can't believe the sun's gone away, guys. Come back, sun. It's June, for goodness sake. Oh, honestly, I don't know what's going on. And that's going to go there. Now, not every bit has to be the same size, and I feel like I'm going to rip this a little bit. Be surprised, none of you. Let's be honest. And then we're going to use this as well. So that we have this little pad in here, just to give us a little bit more writing space and for a fun little surprise when you open the file folder, which will act mainly as a pocket, like so. Ink all the edges of this. I think is going to start absolutely throwing it down with rain in a minute. So that and that and that, and I had a little bit of dyed doily, which I don't know, I felt like it might work, so I'm going to use part of that as a bit of decoration on here. So I could just leave it like that. I did have, wherever it is, a bit of a file folder that also came with the kit that I was tempted to use. Let's see. It was from another file folder that I've used. So, and again, it's almost the right length, which is great. Let's see how I feel about that. It wouldn't be this long. I would cut that. Mainly just want the grungy bit. Like so. And then that would go, let's move all this blue, on top of here, which would be perfect. And I can round the edges just a smidge. Again, who's surprised? None of you. Like so. So that would go on there. Like so. And then I need to make sure that this actually would fit in here. It needs to be cut just a little bit more. And round it again. Yeah, that's going to go on there. Like so. Don't mind that it's just a tad bigger. And then that will go underneath here, maybe over here. Maybe over here. Just to give it a little bit of interest. Now, I'm going to stitch this. And I'm also going to stitch this. And I will show you what I've done with it when I come back. Okay, guys. So, I have sewn this onto the back with this adding a pocket, but also it makes a belly band, so you can see the stitching through there. I've done that with zigzag. I have then gone around this with a messy stitch, and this will have a pocket in here, and there'll be writing space there. And then this doesn't have a pocket, this is just sewn around. So these will go like that. That's moved slightly now. I don't know why that's moved slightly, but it's still over his face. So I'll just have to be happy with that. And this needs to stick in here. Yeah, this needs to stick in here. Where's the black one? Where is my black ink? I think the sun's trying to come back out now, guys, which will be really nice. So much stuff. And this is going to go on here, which will hide those brads anyway. And let's glue that stitching bit down. Really good amount of glue on that stitching. Oh, I really wanted the antenna to come out of his face, but it is still, I'm going to turn this upside down. It is still over his face, which was the idea that I had. Now that should close up fine. Yeah, and that, it's still over his face. Okay, so that opens up and we've got a whole writing pad here, and that covers up those, but again I could cover those up with something. I do have, hold on, where is it? I had some Tim Holtz tape. Where's the tape gone? Oh, that I could put over there. So I'll do that in a minute. Let's finish up in here. So now in here I was thinking of either using the Tim Holtz collage, the entomology collage, because, you know, it is bugs and things, but I don't think I want to now. I think what I want to do is use some stenciling, and I have both this kind of weird bug stencil, which might be quite good, and some of this. So let's use that. And I think I'm going to do it, I was going to do it in brown. We'll see what it looks like in brown, and if I don't like it, we'll go back to black with the Distress Oxide. Yeah. Wish I had a stencil that had, I do have a butterfly stencil, I do have that, but I wanted more like creepier bugs. And this has ants on it, and I'm sorry, I know they're amazing creatures, but I'm not a fan of ants. I'm just not a fan. And if I try and get this all in place again, I might be able to go over with the black just a smidge to give like that dual colour. Just a little bit. Let's get them all lined up again. A bit more. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. And I'm thinking I also want on here some coffee splodges or tea splodges. Just want it to look really grungy, as if he's taken this folder out with him somewhere and it's got all dirty and distressed, because you know he's out getting insects. So like so. I can need another bit there. Okay, that'll do. So that'll close up and you won't see any of that stenciling. This comes together like this. Now obviously this needs to close, so I am going to put eyelets in it and hope that that works with the stitching. Let's close this whilst I do it. That would help a lot. I need to, do you know what I need to do? I need to kind of make sure the eyelets are in exactly the same place. That's what I need to do. So here and across here. And now I need to be able to try and see that on here. There we go. So right in the middle of those. Oh, bump, bump. Sorry if I knocked the table then. And then right in the middle of here, straight through the stitching. And now let's put some eyelets in, shall we, guys? Where's my eyelets? I've got that one and that one. I went for a more bronzy orange one. Let's see how I feel about that. That needs to go through that stitching. Yeah, I feel like I kind of like that. It could be darker, but I kind of like the bronze. It's like a rose gold, really, rather than a bronze. So let's stitch that through there. Not stitch, put that through there. Oh, and I rounded the corners on these as well. Could have done it more like a tab, but I like round corners, and there's a lot of round corners on this piece, so it kind of works. Makes it feel more unified. So that will go like that. Now I need to work out how I'm going to tie it together. I've got some sari silk. Will the grey work? Or this yummy one? I think I like this yummy one. I did also have some black thread, but I don't know, that might work. We can cut it and we can see. So we can do that, and then we'll see whether I like this or whether I want the sari silk. Like so. The bow. I feel like the sari silk has more fraying to it, so that might look better. And it can be flatter. But I don't mind this. I don't mind this. Let's just see what the sari silk will look like, because that's what I like. So let's see what that looks like. And this is kind of a purplish blue, which I really like. Like so. Come on, go in. Go through. Do you know, I'm feeling out already that I'm going to go with the sari silk. Oh my gosh, where did that sun go? Again, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, it came out and now it's, oh my gosh, now it's almost pitch black. I'm telling you, a storm's going to be coming. Storms are coming. Storms are coming. So it looks like that. Now you could actually put this on as a pocket. If you didn't want to make this a pocket and a belly band, you could put it as a pocket in your journal, like so. Now let's put in I've got some other bits and bobs that I'm thinking about, but right now what I want to do is put in, I have got the word macabre and or decomposing, because the bugs. And I do feel like collecting bugs and that. It's a bit gross. Anyway, I've got this piece. Again, it needs a good ink in, but I'm not going to over ink it because the sun's going in. It's hiding. A storm's coming. And I want this folded. This is going to go on the back, so I need it folded roughly. Let's have a look. It may be too big. Roughly there. And that's all right because I can actually trim some of this off on this end to make it fit better. And again, normally I would ink this a lot more, but as the sun's going in and I want to get this video done, we're just going to try and put that. Is that still too big? Okay, let's fold it a bit more. It's fine. It's going in that pocket. Really burnish that down. And this would be the belly band. So it would go in there. And then you could put all sorts, trying to see what would fit best, in here. You know, little bits and pieces. Maybe a ticket because, you know, he's been travelling to find his bugs. Got this little Tim Holtz piece here. So you've got all sorts of little bits and bobs in there maybe. Maybe have that at an angle. So you can see that. And then we've got a pocket here. And I did take this from the kit because it said, at around 1:45 to midnight, Rose was disturbed by muffled sounds coming from the direction of the study. Now again, I'm not following Craftly Hall. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to add more light. I don't think it's helping. Anyway, I'm not following the Craftly Hall story. I'm just making my makes. And I felt like because it said about the study, obviously this guy is a Victorian insect collector. So I thought that might fit in there quite nicely. And we also have these little Tim Holtz pieces with bugs on. Or the butterfly one. Don't know which one I prefer. And that could fit in there. Like so. And then if you open this up, this then is writing space, and this also becomes a pocket. I had a little piece that's like a map because I thought, well, maybe he's traveling. And we've got another bug one here, which is quite big, but I don't want it completely in. I do have the little house here too. Maybe the house would go really well in here rather than the butterflies. Maybe that's his house. And a little ticket that says specimen. That might come out and work well if I just have it poking out like that. Ah, yes, I like it. Now I need to work out, am I going to put decomposing somewhere here? I can't tell until I completely rip it out. Again, I haven't put anything on the back because I don't know what I want on the back. I think this is too wide for the front. I think so. I think for this front pocket, this is too wide. Yes, it is. But this could go in here. Could go underneath the butterfly's wing. I think I like that. I think I like that on there. So let's just do that. Gosh, I got threads everywhere. And now it is pouring with rain. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that, guys? Oh my gosh, that just added so much atmosphere to this whole piece. So that would hide behind there. I don't want anything there because I like this, I like that. And I could put something on there if I wanted to, like if I had another butterfly or something could go on here. And so as this opens up and we've got this here, I have the Tim Holtz specimen rub-ons. And I want to see if I've got the word that says collector. Yeah, I have, because I want that definitely on here. Scissors. Gosh, it is throwing it down. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I wanted that up there because, you know, he's a collector. That's what this guy is. So you've got all this space you can write in, but it also acts as a pocket. You've got more writing space with the pad. Then you've got a belly band and pocket on the front, on the back. Then you've got a pocket on the front too. Collector. Let's close this up. Where's the pieces that was in there? Could do with some more paper, really, like that's going to go like that. Oh, I love this wing here that just moves too. That close up, so you've got some writing space there. Where did this red thread come through? I haven't even got any red thread on the table. Where on earth's it come from? Oh dear me, honestly, guys. Like so. The blue, I understand where the blue's coming from. And I'm just wondering, so that's like that. Look at all that pocket, it's all stuffed, and then we've got bits on the back. Do you feel like I want a butterfly on the back? We've got things here that say Fig 1, so I might take one of those rub-ons too and just add them to the acetate bit on the front here. Just add that on there somewhere. That could go underneath. Let's move it to the side so it's there. And let's just add that and hope that it goes on both the alcohol inks and the acetate. Yes, it has. You can't even really, can you see it? Yeah, you can. If I do that, you can definitely see it. So that's on there too. And then, yeah, I'm wondering if I want to put a butterfly or something just here. So let me go find one. Okay, guys, so I found my Tim Holtz transparency butterflies. This one's got a touch of red on it, which I think just works really well with the little touches of red we've already got in this kit. So I'm going to just put that on the back. Again, if you didn't want to add a pocket, you could just add the wraparound bit and then make it a pocket in a journal without this belly band or this tuck spot on the back. And I'm adding a smaller one on top. I like to do that. I know it's got no antennas coming out, no, none of that, but I don't mind. And again, do I want the word collect on the back? I think I do. Because I haven't got a bigger one that says anything else. So let's put the word collect on here. It might just blend completely in because this is so dark. But I feel like I want it on the back there. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I don't know with this weather, honestly. Got a bit of gardening done earlier, but could see the grey skies coming, but didn't think it'd be that bad. So that's quite hidden there, but I don't mind that. That will dry. And I did find one of the Tim Holtz flashcards that says nature and wander. And I was thinking about putting one of those in here too, because I could just have the number sticking out like so. I don't think I want to handle with care. Could always have that on there somewhere. No, I don't think I want to add anything else. I think, guys, I think I'm going to leave it at this because I've done quite a lot to this one. So here we go. So it is a file folder. So it's day 16. I've made a file folder with a wraparound inspired by this tag that Jackie sent me for my Oak House Journal tag swap. We've got acetate with a stamped image, and you can just see the guy through there. I really wish he did have the antenna coming out of his head, but there we go. We've got This Will Dry Clear. We have got a belly band with a pocket on the back. This opens up. We've got a pocket here with lots of little bits in it. We've got writing space here. We've got all this fun here. We open this up. We've got more writing space here. And we have all these pieces with some stenciling. And it says Collector. And that closes back up. And that comes together. And that can be floating in your journal. Or if you just make the wraparound and stick the back completely flat, so you don't make a belly band or pocket, you could actually have this as a pocket or a tuck spot in your journal as is. Oh my gosh. I went to grab a page. So it could just be a pocket in a page. If you don't do any of this on the back, you can make this as a pocket. It would open up, it would flip down. It would also make a great belly band in a journal so that you'd have more room when it flips down if you didn't do anything on to the back. So I like that. I do like that. I was wondering about adding this Curious Things metal thing, but I don't think I am. I think I'm going to leave it as is, guys, because I can't keep risking this weather. But I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, it was inspired by a tag I was sent. I do like the acetate with the stamp on it, with the moth stamp, and you can just see the guy through it. And that's it for today. So I will be back next time with day 17. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of creepy crafty fun. Bye for now.